Yep. Where the haters at? Where the haters at? I've been trying to tell y'all. You know. Hell yeah, I'm about to talk some shit. You know. I made a video back in October 2017 talking about why nobody should fight Errol Spence because he wasn't testing between fights. He was not subjected while everybody he called out was. And people came just like video in droves. I've been preaching about random blood urine testing year round, sign up for a fight or not. Oh, you're just making excuses, you don't know what you're talking about. Boxing fans not wanting to accept, what's going on in modern combat sports, man. Look, as I've said before, and let me say it again, I was Team Pacquiao when it came to him and Floyd Mayweather. When Floyd was talking that shit about blood and urine testing, man, I was not trying to hear it, man. I was like, who is Floyd Mayweather? He is not the commission. I do not want to hear that bullshit, Then Floyd flat out accused, man, they're cheating, then he got sued, all right? And let's just be blunt about it. Pretty much ever since then, man, it has not had a stoppage. Well, his last stoppage was 2009 against Cotto, All right. Now let's fast forward. This blood and urine testing been introduced into boxing. The UFC, after John Jones tested for cocaine metabolites, and Nick Diaz had, I think, marijuana in his system, and then Anderson Silva had steroids in his system, they were like, enough. They hired USADA to test everybody randomly, blood and urine, sign up for a fight or not. Show up at your house, at your gym, any day of the week, any time of the year, and test you. You got to be tested. You have to submit to testing. If you don't, you will suffer consequences. You will face a 2-year ban. And now, fast forward to 2017 in boxing. Luckily, thankfully, the WBC were the first ones to step up, introduce a blood and urine testing program. For their top 15, it was the right thing to do. And then, shortly after, the WBA started their program. They did top 5 and champions. Well, now it's just like the WBC. It's top 15 and champions, And news came out, a few weeks back that now the IBF is considering, starting the program. And after today's news, they absolutely have to. And the WBO might as well get on board, especially if the IBF institutes program, they're going to be the last major sanctioned body without a program. They're going to have to do it, man. And after what happened today, this backs up everything that I've been preaching for months, man. The stance that I've been taking about blood and urine testing in boxing, man. We do not, and I was thinking about this before I heard the news today. We do not know what these guys are doing between fights, man. As I said before, when the UFC brought USADA on, I said, you know what? I know there's no way guys gonna try to cheat now, man. When you know that they are gonna come and test you at some point, man. And guys are still getting popped. Hell, Dana said, he was like, look, it's gonna get worse, and he was right. Guys are still steadily getting popped. And that's with testing going on in the UFC. Think about it. So if they getting popped with testing, imagine what some of these boxers are doing, man, without testing. Guys who are not subjected, like Errol Spence, as far as I know, still not enrolled in the clean boxing program. Not saying that he's doing anything, but there are guys who are enrolled in testing and guys who are not. And as we know, as I've said 1,000 times, WBC gave him a ranking. All he had to do was fill out enrollment, paperwork, whereabout forms, and I'm assuming, take a test. And he didn't do it, man. He had to ask Al Heyman's guy, Brad, if he had to take the test. And then they talking about he didn't have to take the test because he was not ranked. And that is some super suspicious shit, man. If you have no issue, go ahead, submit, and take the test, enroll in the program. Even if you want to fight for the IBF title, you can still enroll in the program. Kell Brook voluntarily enrolled as IBF champion, man. He gets huge respect from me for doing that shit, man. And going up 2 weight divisions to fight Golovkin. But, you know, that is some super suspicious shit, man. If you have no issue, go ahead, submit, and take the test, enroll in the program. Even if you want to fight for the IBF title, you can still enroll in the program. Kell Brook voluntarily enrolled as IBF champion, man. He gets huge respect for me for doing that shit, man. And going up 2 weight divisions to fight Golovkin. But you know, this report today about Canelo, man, you know, this backs up everything that I've been saying, man. You know, the top guys in boxing, all the top guys, top 15 and the 4 major sanctioned bodies, all weight classes and champions, they need to subject to random blood and urine testing, man. Canelo is what I think it's fair to say at this point the second biggest name in the sport. AJ number 1, because he's putting 90,000, 60, 70,000 in arenas and shit, you know, stadiums. And you know, as far as the U.S., I think Canelo is still probably, you know, the biggest, you know, like pay-per-view star or whatever, man. And you know, and he is the one who, according to the statement that Golden Boy released, you know, he was the one who, I guess, wanted the you know, the testing or whatever. You know, think about it. You know, he signed up for the testing, man, wanted the testing for the Golovkin fight, and he popped positive. You know, they claiming contaminated meat. You know, this Clenbuterol or whatever else it's called. I forgot what it's called now, man. But you know, saying that the traces of it are in line with, you know, the contaminated meat that's in Mexico and all that, man. You know. Now, you know, somebody could say, well, hey, you know, well, you know, it's known that this stuff is I don't know what the advantages of this substance is, but you know, somebody could say, hey, well, you know, they know that the stuff is in meat in Mexico, you know, so why not maybe use it and then taper off, and you know, to where it's minimum out in your system, and then, you know, if it pop, then you could just say, oh, contaminated meat. You see what I'm saying? You know. This is why I've been preaching, man. Random blood and urine testing for all the best guys in the world, man. You know, top 15 champions, all the major sanctioned bodies, man. You know, we do not need these fights where, you know, you got one guy who was subjected to testing, random blood and urine, and then the other guy's not. You know, we don't know what he's doing between fights, man. And, you know, the WBC, man, you know, I'm just gonna put it out there now, man. I'm disappointed, man. I am disappointed in the WBC, man. You know, you know, some people think for some reason I'm this big Canelo fan or whatever, you know. But why? Because I said that he beat Triple G, because I picked him to beat Triple G. I just feel he's a better boxer, man. You know, I have never been high on Golovkin, man. You know, yeah, you know, flat-footed, just you know, a powerful puncher, man. Poor defense. You know, he got outboxed by Brookhill. He lost to Jacobs, in my opinion, and he lost to Canelo. So I'm not high on Golovkin, man. You know, I think those guys are better than Golovkin. And I picked all those guys to beat Golovkin, all right? But even saying that, man, you know, I'm not a Golovkin guy. But, you know, I'm fair, man. You know, if somebody fucks up, if the right thing's not happening, I'm going to say it, man. Even if I'm a fan or not, or whatever, or not a fan. You know, I call it like it is, man. And, you know, Canelo, go to his box right now, man. You know, it still does not say bought clean box program and roll. At least last time I looked. Maybe it's changed over the last couple of days. I have no idea. But he got a title shot against Golovkin in September without being enrolled, man. You know, WBC has to stop doing that, man. You know, they have to stop doing that. They cannot do that shit, man. You know, I was asking why, you know, why and how did Keith Thurman get a shot against Danny Garcia when we did not see Bought Clean Box program rolling his box rate. It seems to be with WBC that you can fight for a title without being enrolled, but then if you win the belt, you have to enroll. You know, that's bullshit, man. That has to be changed, man. That has to be changed. That is not fair to the champions who are enrolled, man, who are subjected, man. Because those guys can be tested between fights while their challenger, you know, is not. You know, and they could have months to do what they want, taper off, and then sign up for the fight with an advantage, man. You know, that shit is not right, man. The WBC needs to institute a rule, man. It institute a rule saying that you need to be enrolled for at least 6 months, man. You know, before you can challenge for a title. You know, hell, I would say before you can even sign up to fight for a title. And then with the 2 months of testing, there would be 8 months where you would be subjected to testing, random testing, man, before you fought a WBC champion, man. You know, whether, you know, you you know, in the top 15, not in the top 15. If you were, you know, a champion of another sanctioning body, you know, that's a rule that would encourage other guys to sign up for the program, man. Even if you know, like the Errol Spencers of the world, IBF champion, you know, who are not in any hurry to enroll in the program. They need to say, hey, you know, if I want to fight Keith Thurman for a title, I need to go ahead and enroll so my 6-month period will pass and I can sign up for the fight, man. You know, but yeah, they need to institute that rule, man, and I think they also need to institute a rule saying that if they rank you and you do not enroll, then it's like a penalty. You know, it's like a penalty if they rank you and you don't enroll, accept the ranking. Hell, I think they should then say, hey, for that person to fight for the WBC title, they need to be enrolled for a year. You know, before they can sign up for the fight, man. You know, as a penalty. You know, so in the future, you know, if somebody like a Errol Spence type gets ranked and then they don't subject to testing and enroll, you know, they cannot, you know, later on, you know, get a title shot when they duck the program easily. You know, no, you suffer a penalty. You know, you gotta enroll and then wait a full year before you can challenge for the title because you did not enroll when we ranked you. So, you know, they need to make changes, man. You know, and I'm gonna give a little inside information, a little, you know, a little insight, which I plan on doing a video on this at some point, but I just never got around to it, man. I've been busy. You know, I contacted WBC, man, you know, sometime back, you know, a few weeks back, because I saw that Canelo, hell, it was on their website, on the rankings, that it had Canelo I think it was ranked #1, and it had CBP with the asterisk saying that they were awaiting paperwork for Canelo, man. You know, and I'm like, so look, he already had one shot. He obviously not enrolled in the program. He got one shot against Golovkin. Now he's gonna get a second shot against Golovkin. You know, without being enrolled in the program. You know, think about it. 2 shots against Golovkin without being enrolled in the program, man. You know, and I contacted them and I asked them why and how is Canelo getting you know, 2 title shots without being enrolled in the clean boxing program. You know, and you know, the response I got, they said that, you know, Canelo basically like does the you know, VADA whenever he has a fight. You know, he, I guess, you know, hires VADA, whatever, does his own VADA style testing. So they consider that to be like the same thing, man. That is not the same thing, man. It is not the same, man. You know, that is what I'm preaching against, man. That is only testing 8 weeks leading up to the fight. You know, when you agree to the fight or whatever, sign up. You know, you do your 8-week testing, 12-week testing, whatever you know, whatever was agreed to before the fight, and then after that, you have, you know, months to do whatever you want. No random testing, whatever, man. You know, that's not the same as clean boxing program. Clean boxing program, you know, you subjected any time of the year, man. Sign up for a fight or not. You know, that is a difference, man. It is not the same thing, man. So, you know, I was disappointed at what the WBC said, and you know, I'm disappointed that they were and are, because the fight is not canceled, as you know, as of yet, as far as I know. You know, and I'm pretty sure Golovkin, hell, they want the money, man. You know, and these boxers, man, you know, they going for the money, man, but they putting themselves at risk, man. They putting their health, their reputation, their championships, putting shit at risk, man, fighting these guys who are not subjected like they are, man. You know, with the WBC, man, you know, they're giving this guy 2 title shots consecutive, not being enrolled in the program. You know, just doing a testing leading up to the fight, 8 weeks leading up to the fight. While Golovkin could be tested anytime, man. Anytime between those fights, he could have been tested. I don't know if he was or not. You know, people talk about, well, you know, they not really doing the testing, you know. That's not my concern at the moment. My concern is making, you know, guys being subjected to it. Meaning that, you know, that VADA can come test them. You know, if they are doing the testing, if they want to do the testing, you know, that they are, you know, subject to it, man. That VADA can show up and actually test them, man. You know, that's the focus at the moment. You know, let's get the top guys subjected, then we can focus on the number of tests, you know, the frequency of tests, etc., man. So, you know, Yeah, this is bad, man, and this should be a big wake-up call to the world of boxing, man. People like, you the only one talking about this. This ain't an issue. You chasing ghost stories. You making excuses. You know, people just want to see big fights, knockouts, all this kind of bullshit, man. You know, and like I said, as a UFC fan, man, you know, my eyes have been open, man. You know, I like I said, you know, when Floyd was talking that shit, man, I was not trying to hear it. I thought Floyd was making excuses, you know. And hell, even Floyd did not go far enough. You know, he should have been talking about testing for a period of months, man, before the fight. He should have said, I want Pacquiao tested blood, urine randomly for 6 months. You know, but he did not take. He was just talking about testing leading up to the fight, man. You know, hell, Pacquiao could have still, if Pacquiao was cheating, he still could have done whatever he was doing, tapered off, and then signed to fight Floyd, and still had somewhat of an advantage, man, because he got all his performance gains, man. So, you know, this is a wake-up call, man. Open your damn eyes, boxing fans. Open your eyes. You know, IBF, WBO, it's time to get programs, man. Open your eyes, WBC, Mauricio Suleiman. You know, do not give guys title shots, man, without being enrolled in the clean boxing program for like at least 6 months, man. You know, I think the UFC's got they have some type of rule, man, you know, saying that, you know, that you basically cannot have a fight in the UFC unless you've like been in that testing pool, I think, for like 4 months or some shit like that, man. You know, and then, you know, what happened when Brock Lesnar fought Mark Hunt at UFC 200, they had the option of waiving it. They waived it, and what happened? Brock Lesnar tested positive like 2 or 3 times for shit, man. You know, that's why the rules in place, man. You know, so, you know, guys need to be you know, subject to the testing, man, and they need to be subjected for a period of, like I said, at least 6 months, man, before they even sign on for a fight, man. You know, so they can be tested a few times, you know, before they fight a guy, man. You know, but these WBC champions, man, you know, they had an unfair advantage, man. Golovkin, you know, hell, Danny Garcia, when Thurman challenged him, Thurman was not enrolled. You know, hell, it was a while before I saw VOD Clean Box program rolled on Thurman's box rig. You know, so I'm assuming, unless I'm wrong, I'm assuming that he did not you know, submit paperwork until after he became champion, man. He probably had, you know, X number of days to submit paperwork. He probably would have got stripped, man. So that's me assuming. So, you know, telling you, man, you know, this is a big issue, man. You know, guys need to be tested, man. You know, there needs to be that period, man, where guys are, you know, where guys are subjected, man, to the testing before they can have these fights, man. You know, so I just had to sound off, man. You know, one of the biggest guys in some people's eyes, the biggest guy in the sport. Pay-per-view as far as in the States, you know, draw in the States. In my opinion, AJ is the #1 draw and star in the game now because, you know, so many people going to see him fight. But you know, Canelo, one of the biggest names in the sport, man, and he tested positive for some shit. Even though they trying to say contaminated meat, hell, maybe it was, you know, but still, this just proves, man, you know, we don't know what these guys are doing between fights, what they put in their bodies, you know, what they could pop on some shit, man. You know, hell, it was just they saying like traces, you know, that's in line with contaminated meat. But just think if you know, if Canelo had eaten tainted meat or whatever, and then, you know, had enough time for shit to clear his system, nobody would have never known that that shit was in the system, man. You know, without testing. So this is what I'm saying, man. You know, this proves my point. This backs me up 1,000%, man. You know, this testing needs to be implemented, man, ASAP across the board. Top 15 champions, WBA, WBC, IBF, WBO. You know, hell, you know, I'm not really counting the IBO, but you know, because we're not considering them a major sanctioning body. But, you know, it's time, man. You know, if the UFC is doing it with USADA, then boxing needs to do it, man. If the IBF wants to hire USADA or whatever, you know, WBO, if they want to use USADA, whatever, you know, whoever, USADA, VADA, whatever, you know, they just need to institute a program and have people testing these guys rambling, man. So, you know, the money needs to be put up. They need to spend it, man. At least these sanctioning bodies collect the money from these fighters, sanctioning fees, man, and have been for many years. they should have plenty of money in the bank, man. You know, they have not been doing a testing program. It ought to be plenty of money in the bank to start one, man. So, you know, hell, if they gotta, you know, take a little bit more money in the sanction fees, they'll pay for the shit. They need to do it, man. So that's it, guys, man. I just wanted to sound off, man. You know, this is big news, man. Big news, and changes need to be made, man. Remember what I'm saying. You know, preach what I'm saying, man. Share this video. You know, hell, contact these sanctioning bodies and tell them, man. You know, let's get this shit done, man. Cause I do not want to see any more fights, man. You know, I know some of the shit that I was seeing in 2017, man. I know what I'm seeing in these fights. I know what's right and what's wrong. You know, I do not want to see one guy subjected, one guy's not. You know, we don't know what he's doing between fights, and he shows up, you know, with an improved physique. You know, he faster and stronger and shit. You know, he don't have hardly, you know, many knockouts in his career, and he can stop guy for the first time in his career and shit, man. You know, and I'm paying pay-per-view to see that bullshit, man. Nah, no way, man, no way. You know, and the guy laughing his punching power, but in the second fight, you know, he can show up and knock the guy out and shit, man. Hell no, hell no. I know what I'm seeing, man. So that's it, guys. Big news. Let me know what you think, man. And no excuses, man. Random blood urine testing for everybody, man. No excuses. I don't give a damn who the name is. If they ain't doing it, I want them to do it. Even if I'm a fan, I don't give a damn. I don't make excuses for my fighters, man. Like people, these Spencer characters make excuses for Errol Spence, talk about he didn't have to, blah blah blah. He ain't never failed test, all this bullshit. Look, the guy didn't enroll. He didn't test when they ranked him, man. That's a big red flag, man. You know, if one of my guys did that shit, I'm telling you, I would be on here saying that shit was suspect, man. I would be on their ass, man. So, you know, that's it, guys. You know, let me know what you think, man. And I'll check in with y'all soon, man. Thanks for watching.